Taco. Oh God, have you been to Captain Taco?
No.
Have you ever been to Captain Taco? You been to Captain Taco?
No.
Oh my God, best taco restaurant in the country, probably.
Where is it?
In the
Brook Park.
country.
Oh.
Just right on Brook Park Road.
I have to go.
Like if you get off, like Tiedemann or West 150th. Or
I feel like we're wasting a lot of time here.
This is going to be in the show. People need to know about Captain Taco. Head down towards like the car dealerships down.
Okay.
Like you're going down to the Rapid or wherever. Yeah, Captain Taco. It's a hole in the wall joint, and you'll have diarrhea for days, but it will be 100% worth it.
Captain Taco.
Captain Taco.
Get there.
Nice.
And that'll take us to Gassed Up.
What do we gassed up about this week?
All right, so let's remind everybody this is a segment where we like to vent about what's pissing us off in the world, or it could be something we're excited about. Just something we want to talk about that's getting us gassed up. Who are we going to start with? Who started last week?
Well, me and you started the last 2 weeks. So Bone wasn't here.
Bone.
Heck, I can go. Yeah.
Bone, what are you gassed up about?
You know what? School started last week, and I was out of town for a little bit of it, but one of the days I got the girls off the bus, and I have a first grader and a fourth grader. They send these Chromebooks with the kids, and they don't keep them at school anymore. They have to bring them back and forth just in case there's a COVID thing again, I guess. So they have their tablets with them or their Chromebooks or whatever. But they come with these carrying cases and cords and blah, 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 and they weigh like 10 pounds. My first grader's like 40 pounds. She's carrying around a backpack that weighs 10 pounds with this Chromebook in it, plus, some other stuff, maybe a water bottle, whatever it is. It's literally a fourth of her weight. She gets off the bus and she's immediately like, Dad, can you carry this backpack for me? And I'm like, no. You need to carry your own backpack. But then I started thinking about it. I'm like, this is literally 25% of her weight right here. Their schools are just making these kids just haul this stuff back and forth.
It'd be like asking you to carry sandbags back and forth.
It's just annoying. Just keep it at school.
I've got a theory.
Make the kids plug it in the back of the classroom and keep the Chromebook at school, especially for first, second, third graders.
Even in the event of COVID again or something weird like that, like a parent couldn't go to the school and get your kid's Chromebook.
Right. They copped out. They use it as an excuse to put it on the parents.
I've got a theory. This is how the school system, whatever school system you're a part of, this is how they're fighting childhood obesity.
Maybe. Yeah.
They did away with gym class.
Yeah.
We're going to
make you carry these heavy book bags and burn off all the calories that you're eating.
I think it's funny that we've reached the point where the kids have Chromebooks now.
Everybody does.
I mean, like we didn't, like that wasn't.
We grew up. We were in an era where not all schools had computers.
Like if you brought a laptop to school as a kid, they would be like, put that away.
Like you can't. That's not a learning tool.
It wasn't until like we got to college that you started to get like a laptop. But like high school, they would have been like, get away. You're not.
Never.
That's just the internet now just teaches our kids.
They used to have like Chromebook carts.
The future.
Like schools would have Chromebook carts, and in class you would go get one, and you plug it back in. There's a whole cart full of them.
In your school?
This was in a different.
I never heard of a school.
I sub-taught for a year and 2 years.
This was after college.
Yeah, it's after college, and this is like what they.
I thought you were talking about growing up. I was like, where the hell did you go to school? We went to the same school.
Same class.
What the hell? Where was the Chromebook cart when we were in school?
He was in the Chromebook class. We weren't allowed in that one.
We had the original Macs in our library with the colored backs.
Oh yeah.
So
that was how you know your school had made it.
We carried a floppy disk with us to save our work.
That's where I learned iMovie.
You're speaking gibberish to these younger kids. A floppy disk. What the hell is that?
That's where I learned iMovie.
Yeah. Remember Ms. Lundgren's class, and we would just go roam the halls and make the craziest movies. I think we lost it. Yeah,
it was a time.
Yeah,
but now the kids just live on these tablets. It's like that's life.
Kenny, what's getting you gassed?
Do they have also like other books, or is just like everything loaded into the Chromebook? Like all ebooks and stuff.
No, there's text. They do a lot of print offs, so we get tons of paper.
It's a much more efficient way to do textbooks.
So not only do they have a 10-pound book bag, they also have to carry some textbooks.
Sure. Yes.
Nice.
I think they should put all of the textbooks.
20-pound book bag by the time.
It's heavy. I was surprised.
If the school is getting Chromebooks, I think they should be like required to just put a digital copy of the textbooks on them.
Yeah,
so they don't have to carry textbooks anymore.
Maybe they do that.
That would make sense.
That would make sense, right?
All your worksheets and everything should be digital.
The only thing I will say is I'm actually a big proponent of not to use ebooks because there's a lot of studies that are done on how much better you commit it to memory if you're reading it off of a page for whatever reason.
That's true. I've seen the same thing. My dad was always a fan of that. He's like, I want paper.
I'm a big reader in my free time, which I don't have much of now because now I run Burning River Sportscast, but and Tablet Media. But when I do have free time, I like to read, and I always have to have a hard copy of the book. I can't do e-readers.
Well, because so much of like what we consume digitally is like transient, right? Like you're not like super paying attention to it. You're reading it, but you're not like committing it to memory. It's just like you read because you need to see it or whatever. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Anyways, Kenny, what's getting you gassed up?
Gassed up. I gotta tell you guys, October 12th, get me gassed up.
October 12th.
So, for those that aren't aware, October 12th, this is said to be essentially like the holy day of college football this year. Matchups between Ohio State and Oregon, Ole Miss at LSU, Penn State at USC, Florida at Tennessee, Kansas State at Colorado, and Texas at Oklahoma.
Oh.
Well, what this has led to is the inevitable conversation about people having weddings in the fall. And I just happened to catch a bit on local radio, and these guys were acting like a fall wedding was like the biggest hurdle to their lives. Like, how dare anyone have a fall wedding? Look, I had a fall wedding, so maybe I'm overly sensitive to this. 2018, it was the same night as the Ohio State-Penn State game. Do either of you remember who won that game?
No.
2018?
I think Penn State.
Probably Penn State.
Ohio State won.
Oh, see, we didn't.
Does anybody remember how Ohio State finished that year in 2018?
2018, they
Was that the
probably
year
went
they
to the
sucked?
national championship.
They didn't even make the college football playoff.
Oh,
Do you remember what bowl game they played in?
No, because as soon as they don't make the college football
Clemson.
playoff,
They
nobody
played
cares.
Clemson and beat them.
They beat Washington in the Rose Bowl. So, on all counts, like...
And we're pretty big Ohio State fans.
On all counts, like, that game against Penn State, in a meaning of life...
Didn't mean anything.
Meant so little. And, like, we had a bar at our wedding, and so people were, like, checking in, and I was a little annoyed, like, people... But I understood, like, people want to check it. But it was people that hung out in the bar all night that annoyed me. You want to check in, check the score here and now, but it's like... I don't know, what do we pay? Like $80 a couple for your food for the night, and you guys are hanging out in the bar all night, like plus your alcohol and stuff. Like if it is too much to ask of you to come support someone that you love,
a friend or a family member,
on the day that they make the biggest decision, the biggest commitment of their entire lives, because you want to watch like you can keep your $40 in your envelope that you're going to give me because I paid $80 for you to come, and just stay home, like. It just rubbed me the wrong way that like we're even equating like the equivalency of a football game and a marriage on the same level. Like maybe that's why over half of marriages end in divorce because we think of them as the same as Penn State, Ohio State.
Less than
the same as a marriage.
Less than
you guys. Like, are you?
The marriage is less.
Get
than
off
football.
your high horse about this. Like when you're planning your wedding, the last thing you're thinking about is like. What's the football schedule? And like, look, I love the Browns and I love Ohio State. And when Ohio State wins that championship, it's great and I celebrate. It's like the coolest thing ever. But like, we're talking about marriage, like a lifelong commitment to another individual that is the most important decision you ever make. And you're there supporting them because you're a close family member or friend, someone that loves this couple. And you're going to sit there and talk about how inconvenienced you are to have to do that. Like, you're just a shit human being. Like, really, a real shit human. And these are guys that are on the radio every day, local in Cleveland.
You guys are pieces of crap.
If you were equivalating marriage to a football game, I'll say it one more time. You were a real shit human being.
That's and you something to get gassed up about. I agree. I agree.
Really rubbed.
I've actually heard this conversation quite a bit lately too, and I'm like everybody posts a thing like, just remember the Browns are about to start, so don't when you're thinking about booking any funerals. Like they literally list everything. And it's like seriously,
like I hate to
life in general. Like I hate to burst everyone's bubble, but life in general, like your family, your friends, far more important than the Cleveland Browns will ever be. And I love the Browns. I'm a diehard Browns fan. But if I had to choose between my wife and the Browns, between you guys and the Browns, it's always going to be not the Browns.
So I feel like it's just like you can. I hate to DVR a Browns game, right? Because you always kind of hear
it always gets ruined.
But like you can't DVR a marriage.
No. Like,
the things that we remember from that day aren't the score of the game or what the Buckeyes did that season. We remember, like, you puking at my reception.
Yeah, that was.
And my other group has been puking in the reception.
I was gonna say I don't remember.
We all had too good of a damn time.
I don't remember much of your wedding. I was wobbling in the actual, like, when you guys were having the ceremony.
But like those are the memories you hold on to, right? Like it was a blast.
Did you guys get your wedding video too, or is it just pictures?
No, it's
a good thing there's no video because I was standing behind you just like.
The one thing I kind of regret is we didn't.
Me and Carl, our other buddy Carl, both we were just wobbling behind you. So,
but anyway, that's my point.
Big Lou went down.
Big Lou did go down.
That's my point. Is like those memories of that was what was that night was all about.
Do you think it's okay to tell Big Lou's story? Nobody knows who that is. So Big Lou, after your wedding, when they got back to his house, his wife told us a story about how he just got out of the truck and just started stripping his clothes. He's just like throwing clothes all over the lawn. And by the time he got inside, there's a pile of puke and clothes all over the lawn. And he's just inside, passed out.
I mean, we almost couldn't take pictures after the ceremony because you guys were all so stupid drunk.
Oh, man, I almost wrecked a golf cart.
Yeah, they weren't going to let us take the golf carts because you guys were all inebriated.
And I insisted that I drove. Because what's the worst that could happen, you know?
No, you just spilled beer all over the bridesmaid and yourself. It was fine.
She was.
Anyway.
She enjoyed it.
October 12th. This got me gassed up.
That's a good thing to be gassed up.
Superb day of college football.
Yeah.
Don't plan your wedding for that day.
All right. And so what's getting me gassed up is time. There's never enough of it. I kind of alluded to it earlier, but we're running this podcast. We're running Tappan Media. We have our own family lives, everything else going on, and there's just never enough time. And I know we've talked about it, and we're team no sleep, so it doesn't, we have more time than most. But even still, you always run out of it. You always run out of it, and there's never enough. And it just pisses me off because it's always like literally everything I'm doing. It feels like all day long, nonstop. I'm like, if I just have 5 more minutes to work on this one thing, it'd be done. But I don't, so I just move on to the next thing, and everything's never done.
There's never enough
Never
time.
done. There's never enough time.
And you know what's really a bitch?
Most of it doesn't matter.
Time.
Like family stuff does, but I'm saying like my work stuff, even stuff with that. Like honestly, in the grand scheme of things, it's probably not gonna matter.
Like time doesn't even really exist though. Like if you go fast,
time is a social construct.
Like it's just our way to measure an event happening to another event. But like in the universe, time really isn't even
fun
a thing.
Theory of relativity, you could actually prove that because if like say you had a watch, like me and you timed our watches the same,
or an airplane,
like we timed them up, and then I went in an airplane and just went around
time
the earth
differently,
and you stayed here, they'd go different.
That's what I mean.
It's wild.
Time doesn't even exist.
It doesn't exist.
It's just a social construct.
Man, fuck time. And that's what I'm gassed up about because then it spins me into conversations like this and thoughts like this where I just don't even know what the hell is going on.
And that's when we need bone because we don't know what Christians do.
We don't know what Christians do.